Hey everyone, my name is Hassan. I'm a mental health therapist, and in today's video, we're gonna react to Dr. Phil's new video that he just released a couple days ago about him talking to this kid who has a video game addiction. Let's look into it, see if the problem is with the family, if it's the problem with the kid, and if what he says actually makes sense. Let's get started into the first half of the video. And by the way, if you have suggestions on the videos that I should look and react to, don't hesitate to leave them down in the comment section below. I'll be sure to check them out, and we're gonna discuss it more in later videos. So this is part one. Let's get into this.
Today on an all-new Dr. Phil, a son's video game addiction
Leave me alone!
crosses the line.
Wow.
You think you're talking?
Okay, this is my first time watching this. Never thought it's this crazy right off the bat before even starting the video.
Do.
He gets what he wants by bullying us and terrorizing this house.
Second issue, boundaries. Lack of boundary. Parents, you need to set boundaries, and boundaries are only as good as how much you enforce them. So let's just watch this.
You guys threatened to kill us.
Taking back control.
You're not going to school, so you're
No
basically
school.
just sleeping, eating, playing video games.
I've tried everything.
You're negotiating with your child to take a shower.
Well, I was kind of bargaining.
You're
Bargaining.
enabling the behavior.
Bargaining with your kid? Never the right answer. Look at the audience go crazy. That's awesome.
As you saw, I was just in my office talking to my team about this show. We've got parents who let a 14-year-old basically drop out of school so he has time to play video games 17 hours a day. Video games. Now, his
17 hours a day. That is outrageous. How is that even possible?
mom even has to negotiate with him to take a shower. Now, mom blames dad, and
Of course, everybody blame each other when it comes to childcare. Everybody wants to put the blame on the other person, and nobody takes responsibility. And that's where the problem starts. If you want your child to have a normal life, take responsibility for your action, not just put the blame on someone else and say, oh no, it's the other person's responsibility. No, he's as much of your child as his child. So yeah, I don't agree with
dad
that.
blames the child. Take a look.
My 14-year-old son, Nico, is absolutely addicted to his
First of all, who buys these video games for him?
video games.
Let me get the Sheikah 6ix9ine. Let me get the Sheik. No!
He'll be on this device for 17 hours a day sometimes. I try to get Nico off
17 hours. That's outrageous. I don't know if you guys realize that 17 hour is literally outrageous.
video games, tell him that he's limited.
I wonder what game he plays.
Can only have 5 hours a day, and his answer is, oh,
Profanity, of course.
that's not gonna happen.
That's the result of playing online video game, because that's what everybody talks about, profanity.
And it's a fight. I asked you hours ago to clean up that mess. What's going on?
Now!
Nico is the most spoiled child.
Nico,
Get out!
stop it.
Get out!
Get off.
Right the now!
Okay, the way that the child interacts with his parents, it's completely and utterly unacceptable. And I think this is all result of lack of boundary within the family system. Once you don't set those boundaries within your family, your child is gonna abuse it because they don't know anything other than that. It's not his fault. It's because there was no one to set those boundaries for him. Thus, he makes his own decision and he learns behavior towards the response that he gets. Think about it this way. If you have your child and you allow him to do whatever he wants, do you think he's gonna skip fun and he's gonna listen to you? No.
Nico can get so angry, he will destroy everything in the house, anything in his path, anything that Nico can get his hands on will get destroyed.
Wow.
What is my computer? He gets what he wants by bullying us and terrorizing this house. He'll pull his hair.
Let him pull his hair. Set the ground. Show him who's the boss.
Stop it, Nico. He'll start screaming if he's not on his devices. Nico, your mouth! I take
By the way that the mom interacts with the son, I can definitely tell that she's not being genuine. She's sitting down. She's not in a position physically to show authority. And when you're just sitting down and you're just saying, hey, stop it, nothing is going to change. He's going to just abuse you. He's going to take advantage of you.
him off the internet, and he immediately starts throwing things and breaking things, and it's cost us thousands of dollars replacing.
Yeah, because there's no consequences. So what are the consequences? He broke one thing. What consequence he just set for him for his next actions? For that actions?
Everything that he's broken. He'll bang his controller. If I don't give him what he wants, I'm gonna break this phone. Nico is not in school right now. He wants to be a YouTuber when he gets
Of course he wants to be a YouTuber. Everybody wants to be a YouTuber.
older, and he doesn't need school. I couldn't force Nico to get up and go. It was impossible. He's a very large child. I think Nico takes advantage of me more now because he knows that I'm disabled. I'm in a wheelchair, and
Okay, so that explains it all. I am so sorry, but it's the dad's responsibility. Did not know the mom was disabled and was physically unable to provide for the child. This is where the dad is supposed to step in and take control, where we see lack of control. There is so much that the mom can do, and sometimes within the relationship, it's important for us to understand the role that we play within our relationship. Looking at the first part of this video, I thought that the mom is just not being 100%, not genuine. But now understanding a little bit more about it and how she's dealing with her disability, it's limiting her to do certain things. That's where the dad needs to play his role as a caregiver, not only for the mom, but for the child, to set those grounds, set those boundaries. But no, the dad is always saying that the child is
there's not much I
spoiled.
can do. He'll strike out and he'll hit me. Physically, I'm no match for him. He's a big kid, and I have one leg. There's not much I can do.
I feel our family is falling apart.
Of course your family is falling apart because you're not taking responsibility for your action. That's what's causing your family to fall apart, because you're not setting those boundaries, because you're not standing up for your wife. And that's really, really important at this young age. If you don't take responsibility, things will turn into chaos immediately. Instantly, things can turn into chaos, especially with kids who are on verge of breakdown because of the lack of boundaries, because of the lack of authority in their life.
We desperately need help to get everything back on
You
track.
don't need help. You just need to take action, take responsibility.
It's absolutely out of control, and I see it only getting worse.
It is only going to get worse. And dear, it's not your fault. It's your husband who needs to take initiative and take responsibility. Sometimes it's important to be harsh and direct instead of just waiting for someone to just be nice and say, oh no, it's okay, everything will be fine. No, everything is not going to be fine. Your husband needs to take responsibility immediately.
I'm about to break your
Break the controller. It's your controller. You're not going to be playing any more video game. You break it, you go get a job, you have to buy another one since you don't want to go to school.
like I did.
How did it get this way where we have a child running the house?
What do I do to stop it? I've taken things away. I've had my nose broken 3 times.
So he's even physically assaulting the mom. And that's where strict ground needs to come in handy. Everything that you do has a consequence.
I've taken him to doctors. I have tried everything.
Dad, what are you doing about this?
When he starts getting into a rage and getting violent, I go upstairs in my studio, my music room,
Escape. Of course. He runs away.
to avoid it.
Avoidance. Not looking at the issue face down and just hoping for things to magically go away. So he abandons his wife, he abandons the child, And he's wondering why his family it's tearing apart, why his family is falling out. Oh my God. The audacity on him to sit down here and ask for help.
Because he winds up getting physical with me.
Well, Kathy
You're the
says that
dad. Take responsibility. Be in charge. Act like a dad.
she can't get Nico on a schedule and ends up acting like his maid. She also has a hard time getting him to do just what I call activities of daily living, things that just really are fundamental to just being a socialized human being. Take a look.
Nico begs and begs and begs to get what he wants.
Can I please just get 3.99 cents as first?
No, I shouldn't even have to bribe you to take a shower. I shouldn't have to pay you. But if you take one, I will allow you to get something. But
Mom has no other option. She's disabled. She needs help. Where is the dad? In his music room playing game, of course.
you're taking your shower first. That way I know it gets done.
Can I get calf now?
No. Stop
It
banging.
will get done. God.
Nico, don't. It's very simple. Bang the phone again and I take it away from you. Take your shower.
Please. I can't.
Stop it, Nico.
Then just gonna let me.
Stop saying that, Nico.
No, I'm not gonna stop.
Stop
No.
saying that.
Whatever, Kathy.
No respect for mom, calling her by her name. That just shows what a dysfunctional family the father has created.
There we go, calling me by my name. Keep it up with the disrespect, Nico, and you're gonna lose everything for
Whatever.
the day. You're not getting anything until you do what you need to do, which is take a
Why?
shower. I'll think about the 3.99 census, but I'm not waiting until 4:30.
Alright.
So in the end, I allowed him to get the small things that he wanted.
It's not about how small or how big it is. To a child, getting things that they want without doing something for it, it's just utterly unacceptable. It shouldn't happen, regardless of if it's really small or if it's really big. Doesn't matter. The small and big are very subjective. It depends on me how I see things. A 99-cent McNugget might seem very insignificant, but to someone is the greatest reward. What defines between it being insignificant to it being the most valuable reward is the perception of the person who is receiving it, not the person who is giving it.
And he's going to take a shower in 2 hours. It's now 3:45, and you promised me at 2:30 you would take a shower.
I forgot.
Well, I'm reminding you. Take a shower, and then
Mom,
we can
I'm
get
in
back
the middle
on.
of something. I can't right now. Please.
See, this is what happens every time.
He's just stunned.
My thought process on that is
Wait a second. Do you really want to spend time defending that? Because we
No,
only
I
have
wanted
so
to
much
explain
time.
it.
Do
I
you-
just wanted to
But
explain
there
it.
is
There
no
is
explanation.
absolutely no explanation.
I can save you some time. There is no explanation. You're negotiating with.
Well, she doesn't have any option. She's disabled. Dr. Phil, open your eyes.
your child to take a shower.
Well, I
It's the
was
father's responsibility, not hers.
kind of bargaining, I consider it.
Do you understand you're enabling the behavior?
Again, Dr. Phil, she's disabled. She can do only certain things.
Absolutely.
You understand you're enabling the behavior?
No, he does not understand he's enabling the behavior. Otherwise, he would have taken action. That's where the issue comes in. The father's lack of responsibility and lack of drive to take control of his family.
What time do you get home every day?
Around 6 o'clock,
And when do you go to bed?
8.
So he's out all day. He comes home for 2 hours. I assume during these 2 hours, half an hour is spent eating, 15 minutes spent taking the clothes out, changing, 15 minutes probably he goes to the bathroom. That's an hour. And I assume he watches TV or uses his phone for 15 minutes, 45 minutes, he probably gets ready, 15 minutes, brushes his. So he spends about 30 to 20 minutes a day with his family. When you have a dysfunctional family like this, you gotta prioritize your life. You shouldn't go to bed that early. And I understand that you might have to work until 6 o'clock, but once you come home, you ought to spend a little bit of extra time to take care of your family. You know, I am furious at him.
I'm exhausted by the end of the day.
So you're engaged.
I really wonder what he does for a living that makes him so exhausted. Like, what do you do?
An hour or two.
Right.
And you have it the other 22.
More, I don't sleep.
Poor mother.
I don't sleep. I'm an insomniac. If I
Well,
get...
do the math. I said you
Yeah,
have it the other 22.
20, yeah.
Are you oppositional as
Sometime.
well? Do you argue with everything?
Yes, I do. I've been in the legal field for 38 years. I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too.
I'm
and I
sorry,
can
I
win,
know.
so just don't bother.
I'm not trying to argue.
She's
Dr.
not
Phil,
trying
I'm
to
not.
argue, Dr.
Yeah.
Phil.
So we're going to have to take it back. Coming up, Evo says he's a big sucker when it comes to his son and buys back devices that he's confiscated or smashed. We'll talk about that when we come back.
Wow, the nerve on the dad.
Get off me. I have slapped Nico in the mouth, in the face for cursing at me. I've broken 2, 3 pairs of glasses.
The two of them are 2 peas in a pod.
Physical violence, never the answer, never gets your point across. You gotta show authority. You can't be physical with him because then you bring yourself down to his level. So by him being physical, being proud of him breaking his glasses, that just shows what a weak person you are, because you can't be physical with a child. Because what are you trying to prove?
And later, if we could unscrew the top of your head and look down inside while all that's going on, it would scare the hell out of us, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna stop right here as the first part, because definitely this is a longer video. We just went through 7 minutes of this video, 7 minutes and 41 seconds of it. And this is just absolutely and utterly so much. But here's the thing, guys. When it comes to family dynamic, the most important thing is to take responsibility within your family. And don't assume that your partner is going to do everything. Because if you make assumption within that family, you already broken the boundaries of what is accepted and what is not accepted. If you want to set ground, you have to be intentional with your grounds that you are setting. And then you have to set a standard for it. What do you expect? What do you want in return? What are you rewarding? What is it coming from those reward? Reward is a great way to set something in motion, but if a reward is given before something is done, there's no point in that reward, because that other party, that other person, that other individual, your son, your husband, your wife, your kids, then they're not going to do the thing that they're supposed to do because they already got the reward. Who cares? But anyway, this was just so much that we covered. I hope you guys liked it. We'll take the part 2 of this. If you guys like it, let me know what you guys think about it down in the comment section below, and I'll definitely check you guys on the next one.